Welcome to my channel, Voice of English. Tell me honestly, do you feel stuck when speaking English? Do you sometimes understand words, but your tongue doesn't move? Do you wish to speak freely, but fear, translation, or lack of confidence stops you? You are not alone, my friend. Millions of learners feel the same. And in this video, I will show you step by step how to move from broken sentences to clear, fluent English. If you have this problem too, write yes in the comments so I know you are with me. Chapter 1. The Real Meaning of Fluency. So many people believe fluency means speaking with perfect grammar. They think they must use long words and complicated sentences to look smart. But that is not true. Fluency is not about perfection. Fluency is about flow. It is about being able to share your thoughts clearly and confidently without stopping every second to think. Think for a moment. When you speak in your own language, do you always use perfect grammar? No. Sometimes you make small mistakes. Sometimes you change your sentence halfway, but people still understand you. That is fluency. The same is true in English. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be clear. Many English learners get stuck because they wait for perfection. They think I will start speaking when I know more grammar. I will try later when my vocabulary is bigger. This thinking creates fear. This fear keeps you silent. And silence kills fluency. If you never open your mouth, your words will never grow. The truth is this. Fluency comes when you practice simple English every day. You do not need 10,000 words. You only need the right words. Words that you use daily, words that help you talk about your life, your work, your feelings, your dreams. Even if you know 500 common words, you can already talk a lot. Imagine this. A child learns to speak with only a few hundred words. The child is not afraid. The child does not stop and think about grammar rules. The child simply speaks. That is why children learn faster. They care about communication, not about mistakes. If you want fluency, you must learn like that child. Now, maybe you are thinking, but people will laugh at my mistakes. Let me tell you a secret. People do not laugh when you try. People respect you. They see your courage. They know you are learning something powerful. And most of the time, they understand what you want to say. Even if your grammar is not perfect, your biggest enemy is not grammar. Your biggest enemy is fear. And the way to defeat fear is action. Speak even if your voice shakes. Speak even if your sentence is not perfect. With every word you say, your fear becomes smaller and your fluency becomes stronger. When you start speaking, something magical happens. Your brain learns faster. Your memory becomes sharper. You hear yourself using English, and your tongue starts to move more easily. You build a rhythm. This rhythm is fluency. It is not something you memorize. It is something you practice. So let us change the way we see fluency. It is not a mountain that you climb in one day. It is not about long, fancy sentences. It is about short, clear communication. If you can order food in English, you are fluent at that level. If you can introduce yourself, you are fluent at that level. If you can share your ideas, you are growing more fluent every day. You must celebrate these small wins. Do not say, I am still not fluent. Say, I can say more today than yesterday. That is progress. And progress is fluency in motion. Every learner in the world starts with simple words. Great speakers once spoke broken English too, but they did not stop. They did not wait for the perfect day. They started, they stumbled, and they grew. That is why today they speak with ease. Now I want you to ask yourself, what is fluency for me? Is it speaking like a native speaker? Or is it being able to share my heart and be understood? If your answer is the second one, then you are already on the path to success. Because fluency is not about sounding like someone else. It is about sounding like you, but in English. In the next chapter, I will show you how small daily practice creates this flow in your life. Because fluency is not one big step. Fluency is the result of small steps, taken every day. Chapter 2: Why Small Daily Practice Wins. Most English learners make one big mistake. They study a lot in one day, but then they stop for a week. They open a book for 3 hours, but then they forget it for 10 days. This is why their English never grows. Fluency is not about one big effort. Fluency is about small daily steps. Think about water. If you pour one big bucket on a plant, the plant will not grow strong. But if you give it a little water every day, it becomes healthy. Your English is the same. You must give it small drops every single day. Not once in a while. Not only when you have free time. Every day. You may think, but I don't have 3 hours to study. You don't need 3 hours. You need only 10 minutes. 10 minutes is enough if you use it daily. Imagine this. In 10 minutes, you can read one page of a book. You can listen to one short podcast. You can practice 5 sentences in front of the mirror. That is real practice. And when you do this every day, your brain starts to build memory. The brain learns better with short and repeated actions. If you repeat words every day, they stay in your long-term memory. But if you study too much one day and then stop, your brain forgets what the due to mean. This is why daily practice is more powerful than heavy study once in a while. Many learners feel tired because they try to do too much. They say, I will learn 100 words today, but the next day they remember nothing. That makes them feel like a failure. And then they quit. But smart learners learn slowly. They say, I will learn 3 new words today. They use those words in sentences. They repeat them again tomorrow. After 1 month, they already know 90 words. After 1 year, they know more than 1,000 words. That is the magic of small steps. Another secret is habit. When you practice daily, English becomes part of your life. It becomes natural. You don't need to force yourself anymore. Just like brushing your teeth. It becomes automatic. That is why daily practice is so important. Let me share an example. Imagine 2 learners. The first learner studies hard for 2 weeks. He spends hours every day, but then he feels tired and stops for 2 months. The second learner studies only 10 minutes every day. Who do you think will be fluent after 1 year? Of course, the second one. Because consistency is stronger than intensity. You must ask yourself, can I give 10 minutes every day to English? The answer is yes. You already spend time scrolling on your phone. You already spend time watching videos. If you use that time for English, even a little, your life will change. Daily practice also builds your confidence. The more you see progress, the more you feel motivated. When you see yourself using new words, you feel proud. That pride pushes you forward. It tells you, yes, I can do this. That is the power of small wins. So what should you do in those 10 minutes daily? You can read aloud. You can listen and repeat. You can write a short journal. You can talk to yourself in the mirror. Do not wait for a big teacher or a perfect class. You are your own teacher. You can practice anytime, anywhere. Remember this, fluency is not one big mountain you climb in one day. It is like walking step by step on a long road. If you walk a little every day, you will reach the end. But if you run for a short time and then sit down, you will never reach. Small steps win the race. So promise yourself today, even if it is just 5 minutes, you will touch English every single day. Not tomorrow, not later, but today. Because fluency belongs to the one who shows up daily. In the next chapter, I will show you how to build your own English world at home. Even if no one around you speaks English, you can still create an environment that makes you fluent. Chapter 3. Creating your English environment. Many learners say, I cannot speak English because no one around me speaks English. They feel alone. They feel like their country or their family is the problem. But this is not true. You can create your own English world even if you live where no one speaks English at all. Think about children again. How do they learn? They listen to their parents every day. They hear the same words again and again. Slowly, their brain starts to understand. Then one day, they start to speak. This is the natural way, and you can copy this way. By making English your daily environment, the first step is listening. Change your phone into English. Watch movies and shows in English. Listen to English podcasts, songs, or even small stories. At first, you will not understand everything. That is normal, but do not stop. Your brain is like a sponge. The more English it hears, the more it absorbs. One day, sentences that sounded difficult will suddenly make sense. The second step is reading. Surround yourself with English words. Read simple books, comics, or even short news articles. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. Just keep reading. Your eyes will get used to English. Your brain will start to see patterns. Slowly, reading will become easier and faster. The third step is speaking. If you do not have people to speak with, speak to yourself. Look at a chair and say, "This is a chair." Look at the sky and say, "The sky is blue today." Describe your day out loud. It may feel strange at first, but it is powerful. The more you say, the more natural it becomes. Another simple way is mirror practice. Stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. Pretend you are talking to a friend. Tell the mirror what you did today. Tell the mirror what you plan for tomorrow. This practice trains your mouth to move in English. And when you meet real people, your tongue will already be ready. Also, use technology as your friend. There are many apps where you can practice with voice recognition. You speak, and the app tells you if your pronunciation is clear. You can also join online communities. Many learners around the world are waiting to practice. Even if you cannot meet in person, you can meet online. Remember, fluency is not only about study. It is about exposure. The more you live with English, the faster you will grow. If you surround yourself with your native language all the time, your brain stays in that world. But if you bring English into your daily life, your brain will start to think in English. Let me tell you a story. There was a student who never traveled outside his country. No one around him spoke English, but he changed his phone into English. He watched English shows every night. He spoke to himself daily. After 1 year, people asked him, "Did you live in another country?" He said no. His secret was simple. He created his own English environment. You can do the same. Do not wait for the perfect teacher, the perfect school, or the perfect country. Your environment is in your hands. Your phone, your books, your own voice. These are your teachers. It is true that speaking with real people is helpful. But even if you don't have that, you can still become fluent. The world is full of English. You just need to bring it into your life. So make your room your classroom. Make your phone your teacher. Make your voice your practice partner. This is how you build an English environment anywhere in the world. In the next chapter, I will talk about something even more important: how to speak with confidence, even when your voice shakes. Because environment is not enough if fear is still inside you. And I will show you how to break that fear. Chapter 4. Speaking with a shaking voice. Many learners feel afraid when they open their mouth. Their heart beats fast. Their hands shake. Their voice becomes small. They think, what if I make a mistake? What if people laugh at me? This fear is the biggest wall between you and fluency. But remember this: the only way to break fear is to face it. When you were a child, you fell many times before you could walk. But you did not stop. You got up again and again. Now walking feels natural. Speaking English is the same. In the beginning, your voice will shake, your sentences will break. But if you keep trying, one day speaking will feel natural too. Mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your best teachers. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. Think about this: if you never make mistakes, it means you are not learning. So instead of fearing mistakes, welcome them. Each mistake is a step closer to fluency. Some learners stay silent because they want to speak perfectly. They think they must prepare the perfect sentence before they talk. But while they are preparing, the moment passes. The conversation moves on. They stay quiet, and silence keeps them weak. But when you speak, even with broken words, people understand you. They see your effort. They respect your courage. Here is a simple exercise. Stand in front of the mirror. Look at yourself. Say a short sentence like, "I am learning English." Repeat it 10 times. Then say another, "I will not give up." Repeat again. When you do this every day, your mouth gets used to English. Your tongue moves faster. Your fear becomes smaller. Another practice is recording your voice. Speak for 1 minute about your day. Record it on your phone. Then listen to it. At first, you may not like your voice. You may hear many mistakes. But do not worry. Each time you record again, you will notice small improvements. After 1 month, compare your first recording to your last one. You will see big progress. Also try shadowing. This means listening to a native speaker and repeating at the same time. You copy the tone, the rhythm, and the speed. At first it is difficult, but slowly your mouth learns the music of English. This builds natural fluency. And here is something very important. Do not wait for the perfect partner to practice. You are your own best partner. You can practice with your mirror. You can practice with your phone. You can practice while walking or cooking. The world around you is your classroom. Remember, confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes after speaking. You cannot wait until you feel ready. You will never feel ready. You must start now, even with fear. And when you start, your confidence will grow. Think about people who give speeches. Even great speakers feel nervous before they begin, but they speak anyway. That is courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is speaking while you are afraid. So the next time your voice shakes, smile and speak anyway. Tell yourself, this is not weakness. This is growth. Every shaky word you speak is a step forward. Every small attempt makes you stronger. Your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to be understood. If people understand you, then you are already successful. Perfection can wait. Fluency grows with practice, not with silence. So from today, speak every day, even if it is only 1 minute. Speak with your mirror. Speak with your phone. Speak with your friends if possible. And if your voice shakes, remember that this is the sign of courage. In the next chapter, I will share the hidden key to fluency. It is something many learners ignore, but it is the most powerful tool. That key is listening. Listening is the secret engine that will drive your fluency to the next level. Chapter 5. Listening, the secret engine of fluency. If you want to speak English well, you must first learn to listen well. Many learners think fluency is only about speaking. They say, I need more speaking practice. But here's the truth. Listening is the secret engine of fluency. The better you listen, the better you speak. Think about how a baby learns. A baby does not open a book. A baby does not start with grammar. For months, the baby only listens. Day after day, the baby hears words, sounds, and tone. Then one day, the baby speaks. This is the natural order. Listening comes first. Speaking comes second. When you listen to English every day, your brain starts to recognize patterns. You begin to understand the rhythm of the language. You hear how words connect. You catch the natural speed, and slowly, your mouth copies what your ear receives. Listening shapes speaking. Many learners watch English movies or listen to songs, but they do it passively. They just play it in the background. That is not enough. You need active listening. Active listening means giving full attention. It means choosing short materials and focusing deeply. Listen again and again until you can catch the words. Here is a simple method. Choose a short video or podcast, maybe only 1 minute long. First, listen without subtitles. Just hear the sounds. Do not worry if you do not understand everything. Second, listen again with subtitles. Now connect the words with the sounds. Third, listen again without subtitles. Repeat this 3 or 4 times. You will be surprised at how much you understand by the end. Another powerful technique is shadowing. This means listening and speaking at the same time. You hear a sentence and you repeat it immediately, almost like an echo. This exercise trains your tongue, your ears, and your brain all together. It may feel difficult at first, but it builds natural fluency faster than any grammar book. You may ask, what should I listen to? Start with simple materials. Short stories, children's shows, easy podcasts, or even daily conversations on YouTube. Do not jump into fast, difficult movies in the beginning. Build your listening muscle step by step. Later, you can move to more advanced content. Listening also improves your pronunciation. When you hear native speakers, you catch their sound, their stress, their intonation. If you copy that, your English will sound more natural. You do not need to learn every phonetic rule. Just listen carefully and repeat. Your ears are the best teachers. Another benefit of listening is confidence. When you understand what others say, you feel stronger. You feel ready to answer. But if you never listen, you feel lost in conversation. That makes you nervous. So remember, listening is not passive. It is preparation. It is training for real conversations. Let me share a quick story. A student once told me, I studied grammar for 5 years, but I cannot speak. I asked him, do you listen to English every day? He said no. I told him to listen for 15 minutes daily. At first he understood very little, but after 3 months, he could understand full conversations. After 6 months, his speaking improved too. His secret was not more grammar. His secret was listening. So from today, make listening a daily habit. Even if it is only 5 minutes, listen with focus. Repeat what you hear. Copy the tone. Feel a rhythm. Day by day, your ears will open. And when your ears open, your mouth will follow. Fluency does not come from translating in your head. It comes from hearing so much English that your brain starts to think in English automatically. Listening is the bridge between study and fluency. In the next chapter, I will show you how to take the next big step, thinking in English. Because if you keep translating from your language, you will always feel slow. But if you learn to think in English, fluency becomes natural. Chapter 6. Thinking in English. One of the biggest problems learners face is translation. They think in their own language first. Then they try to change it into English. This makes them slow. This makes them nervous. By the time they finish translating, the conversation has already moved on. That is why learning to think in English is the real key to fluency. Think about how you speak in your native language. Do you translate every word in your head before speaking? No, you simply speak. The words flow naturally. Your mind and tongue work together. That is what you need in English too. But how can you start thinking in English? The answer is simple. Small daily habits. You do not need to think in English all the time at the beginning. Start with easy moments. For example, when you look at a cup, don't think pila or katora or glass in your language. Just say in your head, cup. When you see the sun, think sun. When you feel hungry, think I am hungry. Step by step, your brain will learn to connect English directly with meaning. Another good habit is self-talk. Speak to yourself during the day. If you are cooking, say, I am cutting the onion. I am boiling water. If you are walking, say, the road is busy. The sky is cloudy. This practice is simple, but it trains your brain to think in English. Writing is also powerful. Keep a small notebook or use your phone. Write 2 or 3 short sentences about your day in English. Do not worry about grammar too much. Just express yourself. Later, when you look back, you will see how your sentences become clearer and longer. Reading also helps you think in English. When you read, your brain sees how sentences are built. You start to feel the natural flow. After some time, you don't just read words, you think in them. This is how your inner voice slowly changes into English. At first, it will feel strange. Your mind will try to go back to your old language. That is normal. Do not fight it too hard. Just gently remind yourself, no, I will try in English. The more you do this, the easier it becomes. You may think, but my English is still small. How can I think in English with few words? That is fine. You don't need big words to think. Start with small ones. Use easy sentences. I like tea. I am happy today. Tomorrow I will study. Even simple thoughts train your brain. Later you can build bigger ones. Remember, fluency is not about speed at first. It is about habit. When your brain gets used to using English directly, you stop translating. And when you stop translating, your words come faster. That is real fluency. Here's a little challenge. Every morning when you wake up, say 3 sentences in English before you do anything else. For example, today is Monday. I feel good. I will learn something new. This small start sets the tone for the whole day. Another challenge at night. Before you sleep, think about your day in English. Do not speak loudly, just in your head. Say, I went to work. I ate lunch. I watched TV. I am tired now. This trains your inner voice to choose English, not your old language. Thinking in English is not about talent. It is about practice. If you keep doing these small exercises every day, one day you will notice something amazing. You are not translating anymore. The words are just coming. And that day, you will smile and realize you are becoming fluent. In the next chapter, we will talk about something very important. You will learn how to stay motivated and never give up, even when the journey feels long. Because fluency is not built in one day, and you must keep going until the end. Chapter 7. Never give up. Every learner feels tired sometimes. You start with excitement, but then you face problems. Maybe you forget words. Maybe you make mistakes in grammar. Maybe people laugh at your English. In those moments, you feel like giving up. You think, maybe English is not for me. Maybe I cannot do it. But let me tell you something from the heart. Every person who speaks English fluently today was once in your place. They also made mistakes. They also felt shy. They also thought about quitting. The only difference is they did not stop. They kept going. That is the real secret. Fluency is not about being perfect. It is about being brave. When you speak with mistakes, you are still winning. Why? Because you are practicing. Every mistake is a teacher. Every wrong word is a step closer to the right word. If you avoid mistakes, you avoid learning.
Think about a child learning to walk at first.
The child falls again and again. But the child never says, walking is too hard. I will crawl forever. No.
The child stands up, falls, and stands again. And one day, without even noticing, the child is walking. Your English journey is the same. You must remind yourself every day why you started. Maybe you want a better job. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to study abroad. Maybe you just want to connect with people from all over the world. Whatever your reason, keep it in your heart. When you feel weak, remember that reason. It will push you forward. Another thing to remember, progress is slow but sure. Do not compare yourself with others. Everyone has their own speed. Some learn faster, some slower. That does not matter. What matters is that you are moving. Even if you learn one new word today, it is still progress. A little progress every day creates big results in the future. You also need to celebrate your small wins. Did you complete one page of reading? Be proud. Did you say one full sentence without stopping? Celebrate. Did you understand a line from a song or movie? Smile. These small victories are proof that you are growing. Sometimes you will face silence. You will study hard, but you will feel no improvement. This is normal. Language learning has seasons. Sometimes you grow fast, sometimes slow. But even in the slow season, your brain is working. It is collecting words, connecting patterns, and preparing for your next jump. Trust the process. Here's a secret to never giving up. Make English part of your life, not just part of your study. Listen to songs in English, watch short videos, read easy stories, speak to yourself, write simple notes. When English becomes part of your daily life, you cannot quit because it becomes natural. Also, find support. Share your journey with friends. Join groups where people practice. Encourage each other. When you walk with others, the road feels easier. And if you cannot find partners, remember, you are not alone. Every learner in the world is walking beside you in spirit. Most of all, believe in yourself. You already proved your strength by starting. That is the hardest step. Now you only need to continue. One day, you will look back and say, I did it. I never gave up. That moment will be worth all the effort, all the mistakes, all the struggles. So never stop, keep learning, keep speaking, keep believing. Your English voice is waiting for you. And when it comes out strong and clear, it will not just change your language, it will change your life. This is the end of this journey, but it is only the beginning of yours. Carry these lessons with you. Practice daily. Think in English. Listen with focus. Speak with courage. And above all, never give up.